Hey guys, Everyman Tech here. Are you feeling confused or overwhelmed with purchasing your next laptop? Well, today I'm going to give you my top 5 tips on purchasing your next laptop. So, without further ado, let's get after it. Okay, for tip number 1, the main thing you need to do is figure out why you need the laptop in the first place. Why is this important? If you determine your reasoning for purchasing a laptop, this will help you gain so much clarity in your decision-making process. So when you go online or go to the store, you can actually focus on the laptops that will benefit you the most. And when making a big purchase like a laptop is concerned, you definitely need that clarity. And also, figuring out why you need the laptop will definitely help you with looking at the different hardware features, software features, and other aspects like maybe the size and what you need it for, the power specs, just overall what you want to need it, what you going to use it for. And for instance, let's say if you are a student, right? And when you're looking for a laptop and you're just going for schooling, you're definitely going to need something with adequate memory size, maybe something that's lightweight because you're going to be taking it around a lot. Even though we are in the age of online learning, you might have to take it to another location. You might have to take it from home. You got to go on campus or wherever you need to go. You just want to have something nice, light, and portable. So you definitely not look at something that's maybe big and bulky. And you got things like screen size, and you definitely gonna want something with a keyboard, and definitely the memory size. Again, that's the most important because you're gonna be taking notes, you're gonna be writing term papers and things of that nature. And depending on what age group the laptop will be for, you definitely gonna want to have look at something that's maybe touchscreen for little kids, because the keyboard and the mouse can be a lot confusing. So you definitely might want something touchscreen for little kids so they can easily touch and point to what they want to type on or what stuff they want to access, which would be easier for them to grasp, especially because a lot of kids are using tablets and everything like that. So tip number 1, determining your reason for purchasing the laptop. All right, for tip number 2, determining your budget. Now, once you figured out your reasoning for purchasing the laptop, you're going to want to determine your budget. Determining your budget is going to help you not overspend, but also not underspend for the laptop that you're looking for. So once you go on, let's say online, you can do this actually a sort and filter, which will help you eliminate all the other options that you don't need, and it'll just make things even more clear. So step number 2, determine your budget, because you want to stay in that happy medium and you don't want to, again, overpay or underpay. So step number 2 is simple: determine your budget and how much you want to spend. For tip number 3, understanding and figuring out how much memory you will need. I know this might be a new concept to a lot. Now, laptops, and this is not even just one specific model. This goes for Windows, Macs, and even Chromebooks. The memory sizes that you will definitely want to consider is the hardware, or SSD. And for those who don't know what SSD is, that's the solid state drive. And you will definitely want to determine how much RAM you will need, which is short for random access memory. I will have a link in my cards and the description below, which will define this even further. But just for simple terms, your RAM is going to be your temporary storage. And you can think of the RAM as the 9 to 5 job, in that when the computer is on working, RAM is the one taking care of all your memory, remembering all your tasks. If you're doing work, typing stuff up, it's remembering your documents, it's remembering what websites you're going to. It's everything. All your memory functions are going through RAM. And when you turn your computer off, RAM stops remembering your information and your data, Then that's when it switches to your hard drive or your SSD, solid state drive. The solid state drive, no matter whether the power is on or off, is the guy keeping all your data saved. So the sizes for, let's say, SSDs or hard drives can start as low as a 1 terabyte. They can go to 32 gigabytes, 64 gigabytes, 128 gigabytes, so on and so forth. The sizes vary depending on models and things of that nature. So you definitely want to determine how much storage space that you will need. And for your RAM, you're definitely going to want something with your RAM as far as depending on what you're doing. Now, if you're just doing regular web browsing or just maybe just typing up papers, not doing too much heavy stuff, you can get away with some of the lower RAM options, like maybe a 4 gig or 8 gig. But what determine, and let's say if you are a user that uses a lot of high-end software, then you definitely going to want something 16 gigs or higher. That way you can handle all your tasks without losing speed. So RAM and the speed is definitely important. So if you're somebody desiring the quick applications open up, the quick websites open, the browsers open and closing, and you want to be able to juggle multiple tasks or multiple programs at the same time, then that's where you won't want the higher RAM, so that way the computer can handle it and you can actually go through and get the most important stuff done in the shortest amount of time possible. But on the flip side, if you're just somebody who just doesn't want, to pay the extra money, because that RAM and that extra memory comes at a cost. So a lot of those high-end computers with a lot of memory, RAM or SSD storage space are going to run you into the higher price bracket. But if you're looking for something lower, then you're definitely going to be looking at the 4 to 8 gig at the least. And if you're just somebody who's just doing like regular typing, or you're just doing regular web browsing, not using a lot of heavy programs or any programs at all, then you can definitely get away with that, because there'll just be less draw on your computer, meaning you won't be using that much storage space. So, and you'll save a lot more money. So, something to consider. So, third tip: determine how much memory space that you'll need, because that memory space will determine where you will fall in the price bracket of whatever laptop you're purchasing. All right, for tip number 4, something that I know a lot of consumers don't consider when they're looking at the laptop, and it's okay because I made the same mistake, but you will definitely thank me for this tip. Look at the other peripherals or accessories within that same manufacturing brand that might come with the laptop or might can, further enhance your experience. Now, what am I talking about? A lot of laptops, the laptop purchases is important. You get the laptop and you'll get your power adapter with it. Of course, it's going to come in the box with it, but that's fine. That might be all you need. But let's just say you're going to want to maybe get a bigger monitor, maybe get a dongle so you can connect other devices to it, or you might want a different mouse, external mouse, which is easier than the trackpad or the mouse pad that's on the keyboard itself. So a lot of those peripherals, or that's what the peripherals is, pretty much the extra external monitor or extra mouse or keyboard, anything that is used in conjunction with your laptop. But you also have a lot of ones who have different like webcams, different dongles, because you might have a lot of USB stuff and a lot of other little things and chargers you want to connect to it, or you might want to project it onto another screen, so they have docks. It's massive, but a lot of the manufacturers have their own specific or proprietary accessories that go with laptops. So what they pretty much do is enhance the experience with using your laptop. So instead of just doing you can do extra stuff. Maybe you can project stuff onto bigger screens and better audio, better visual aids, and different functionality that make it even easier to use and enjoy your laptop. So definitely you want to consider the accessories and peripherals. And Also recommend this because when you do a lot of your shopping, you're going to see in a lot of the online ads or even in the store, a lot of them companies and manufacturers will actually offer incentives or a bundle deals if when you purchase your laptop along with purchasing a recommended accessory or peripheral. So definitely something you want to consider, because you don't want to buy just the laptop and don't consider the accessories, and you might say, okay, I'm gonna buy a laptop A and I'm gonna be happy with it, but then you realize after you look at other ads or you just see a commercial and you're like, wow, that one actually comes with maybe a card reader for a lot of people who might use ID badges to log in or just anything like that, and you're like, I wish I had that. And you get that buyer's remorse. So don't be that person, get the buyer's remorse. So definitely you want to consider that, because if one manufacturer has an accessory or peripheral that you will definitely want to use or interested in or need it just for your regular job tasks or just for online learning, you definitely want to consider those before you purchase. That way you're making a good sound decision of not only finding something that is in your budget, but will also grow with you as you gain more stuff or do different things. So tip number 4, purchase, look at the accessories and peripherals that may come with your laptop. Now for tip number 5, which is the final tip. Once you figure out your reasoning, once you figure out your budget, once you determine how much memory you need, and then once you determine what accessories or peripherals you might be interested in, and also in addition to purchasing your laptop, the final tip will ultimately be just to go to the store and try it out. Now I know it's COVID-19, that might be a little difficult as some stores are open and some are not. And but if you're on the stores that are, if you can, just make an appointment or just go in if they just allow you to go in and make sure you social distance and just try out the laptop. And I mean, just go to the keyboard, type on the keyboard, open the web browser if you can, try to type in some website just to see how fast it connects. And the connections it will be different in your home versus the store depending on how good or bad your connection is. But just get a feel of the laptop, because after all you do your research and just that personal experience with using it and just seeing how everything is easy, or just where all the different functions, all the ports, and just opening and closing, lifting it up, see how heavy it is, everything. You definitely want to do that as the final step before you purchase. That way you can make sure that you will be happy with what you purchased. And there's nothing like you getting that personal experience with actually using it, and you can actually see that the features or all the equipment that come with it and the hardware is compatible and that will suit your needs. So tip number 5, definitely use it. Go to the store, try it out. Now I know, again, like I mentioned before, you might not be able to go to the store because of COVID-19 and different restrictions depending on where you live. But another thing you can do is definitely look at the reviews online if you have to purchase online. And I mean, not just look at the website that you might be on looking at it. Go to different websites, go to different reviews, do some research, and see what everybody's talking about it. Because if you see multiple users or buyers or consumers who purchased the laptop that you're considering, and then you had to say a lot of great things or bad things, 9 out of 10, those are true. So you definitely want to go and do your research before you make that final purchase. Read the reviews. A lot of times the users are not lying. If they say this laptop sucks, then if out of 20 people on the review, and 19 of them say it sucks, then I'm sure it sucks, and vice versa. If they say it's great, it's great. So definitely keep that in mind so you can make that sound decision. And this is not a tip, it's an addition, it's a bonus tip. When you go to the store, if you can, go through the settings of the laptop, and I will have a link to an instructional video on how to do this with a Windows and a Mac computer. This tip will save you so much time, and this will pretty much put the icing on the cake on whatever decision you decide on your laptop purchase. Now, why do I do this? Well, when you go to the store, you definitely want to, look at the label, the price label, and say, great, this is the laptop for me. I know it's going to work, right? Wrong. Well, let's say that the label is misplaced, or somebody switched the laptop, and the one that is, might say HP, Lenovo, whatever, and you say, okay, it's HP, and it says this is the laptop, but it could be a different model. But checking the settings on the computer itself, let's say if that computer is supposed to have 16 gigs of RAM and a 1 terabyte hard drive, you can actually go into the settings of the computer that you're looking at, and you can verify it yourself on the computer itself that what the label or the price tag is saying is actually what you're buying. So that's my bonus tip for you. Go into the settings and look it up. And this will definitely help you if you're working with sales representatives that may or may not be as savvy or as knowledgeable as they may claim to be, because there's a lot of techs out there, or a lot of sales reps that don't have the knowledge, and they're just trying to make a sale, or they just blindly do not know. So do your own due diligence. Go into the settings of the laptop so you can look at it yourself, and I will have a link to a video showing you exactly how to check it on both a Windows and a Mac computer. So guys, that was my 5 tips for you. I hope this helps as you purchase your laptop. I know everybody's gearing up for online school, whether for the little ones or the big guys and girls. So I hope this helps, and just for general use. So please comment and let me know if this video was beneficial to you, because I'm going to be making more videos on different aspects, because I really want to help you guys out, and I really want people to be happy with tech, and I'm going to help everyone out as much as I can. So please comment, let me know what you like about the video, what you don't like, or if you want to know, hey, can you do something on a different type of tech, or you might have questions about something else, keyboards, mouse, gaming stuff, anything. Just let me know, and I'll be definitely glad to help you out. So like this video and make a comment again, and subscribe, and I'm going to be a lot more content out, and I don't want you to miss it, so definitely subscribe. So again, this is Darren with Everyman Tech, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.